And now I'll cast Burning Inquiry, holding priority. This is only turn 2. Let's see if we can accomplish that. So 1 with nothing in response to our own Burning Inquiry. Oh, I want to do that so bad. Hey folks, welcome back to my channel. This is MahfuzVanGogh, your dredge guy. And today we have a challenge. The challenge is to win at least one round with 1 with nothing. And maybe more than that. 1 with nothing is one of the meme cards from Magic the Gathering, not only for dredge, but for everyone. This card is an instant, so this is a good quality. And for a single black mana, you can discard your whole hand. In the past, this could be considered to dredge strategies because dredge was not so fast as it can be today. And other strategies, other decks were also slower. So if you had great dredgers in your starting hand, maybe you could just discard this. Of course, this card was never really considered as a competitive card, even in dredge. But now we are trying to break it. Maybe we can try this, and my choice is Phoenix Dredge. Why? Well, let's try to break this card for its qualities instead of just put it inside any dredge deck without thinking twice. So 1 with nothing. This is an instant card, and this costs only 1 mana. When you have Arclight Phoenix, you want to cast 3 cards in the same turn. In my previous experience playing Arclight Phoenix deck with the dredge mechanic, I tried several enablers. I tried Faithless Looting and Burning Inquiry, of course, but I also tried Goblin Lore and Cathartic Reunion, even Deep Analysis, just a way to pay 2 mana to cast it from the graveyard with Flashback. And in the end, I am always coming back to cheaper spells that cost only 1 mana, because this is a reliable way to sometimes even bring back Arclight Phoenixes on turn 2, because we have Lava Dart, which is a free spell. Since this is a life from the loam deck, we can get to 3 lands easier than compared to other dredge decks, because sometimes you have a slower start, and then you can just cast a loam on turn 2, grabbing 2 or even 3 lands from your graveyard, and from there you just try to win the game on turns 3 and 4. This is an already proven strategy, but now I'm trying to remove blue from the deck to include 1 with nothing, and now we are a Junt deck. What do you think? Is this finally the time to break 1 with nothing? Oh, one more thing. I'm rambling here, and I didn't show you yet how I think this card can be a combo piece in this deck. Let me explain. If you have Burning Inquiry, or maybe Faithless Looting, but Burning Inquiry is a better card here because it draws 3. And if you have 1 or 2 dredgers in your starting hand, and then 1 with nothing, and at least 2 lands. So we can do a small combo combining those 2 cards, like we do in Legacy with Breakthrough and Lion's Eye Diamond. You can hold priority casting Burning Inquiry, and then cast 1 with nothing at instant speed, discarding your hand, so you will guarantee that you will be hellbent at the end of this move, this play, and your dredgers will always be in your graveyard. And you already have 2 spells, you just need 1 more to get your Phoenixes back. So maybe this is something good that we will try to achieve on this Modern League. What about our sideboard? I considered including Gemstone Caverns, but after some playtesting that I did today before recording, I couldn't find great arguments to have it, because this is a Loam deck. We have Bloodgas, so we will not try to combo on turn 2 probably, because we want to have at least black mana on turn 1, green mana on turn 2, red mana everywhere. So including Gemstone Caverns is a liability, because sometimes you cannot keep the pace of your mana. You need 3 colors of mana on turn 2, usually, or at least on turn 3, to win games with this deck. So I think Gemstone Caverns is not the best idea. Of course, if you have Gemstone Caverns on the draw with a great hand, this will be amazing. But this is also a deck that doesn't want to mulligan so harsh, because you need to keep several spells to get your Phoenixes back. Collector Oof is a great card against artifacts, and we also have 3 Nature's Claim plus Ancient Grudge. Leyline of the Void is not the boogeyman that used to be before. I'm not seeing anyone playing Leyline of the Void lately, at least on Magic Online. But we have several players, including Graveyard Hate, through artifacts. So Nature's Claim is a good idea, and it can also catch some enchantments. And Lightning Axe as a removal spell that is also an enabler. Conflagrate might be one of our best finishers in this deck. And that's pretty much it. I will try to break this card in Modern, and I hope you grab this opportunity to finally be a subscriber. Please consider subscribing to our channel. We are finally reaching 3,000 subscribers here on YouTube. Now let's try to win some games of Magic here right now. Round 1, we are paired against Skywards 24, and we are on the play. This is not the greatest hand. It is pretty slow with Loam and nothing more, so let's mulligan. This is like a worse version of the previous hand. We have lands, but being on the play, I want a faster hand. My opponent also is mulliganing. Let's go to 5. Okay, this is better. Let's keep it. 2 lands, 2 lootings, and Stink with Imp. Let's put Phoenix and Loam back. I'll start with Blood Crypt, untapped, and we'll cast Faithless Looting. Okay, another life from the Loam and Lava Dart. Let's discard our both Dredgers, or 2 Dredgers, and we'll pass the turn. My opponent draws. Jumps on mine. Is this Dredge? So now what? I will Dredge 5. This is probably a combo deck, maybe the traditional Dredge with Rainbow lands, but other modern decks also play Rainbow. So what now? We have the chance to get this Arclight Phoenix immediately, but I'm not sure if we should. So I think I'll cast Faithless Looting first, in case we find... Okay, my opponent just pressed F6, so Dredge 5, in case we find Bloodghast. Creeping Chill is a good card. Loam. Okay, we have a Conflagrate there. Let's discard 2 Dredgers, draining 3 life from our opponent. They are down to 17. I'll play Wooded Foothills and I'll crack it for a Surveil land. Commercial District. Let's see what's on top. Another land. I don't think I want that. I prefer to just cast a Loam and get my lands back next turn. So let's put that into our graveyard. And we'll pass. My opponent has Misty. And that's it. Alright. So we have Loam in our hands, so we can Dredge 5. Okay, a Bloodghast is there. So let's cast Life from the Loam to get some lands back. Stomping Ground, and Fetch Land. Let's see if this resolves. Yes. We have only 1 Phoenix, but I think it is better to be fast here, right? So I'll play Stomping Ground here. Untapped. Bloodghast triggers. It's okay. And now I'll cast Lava Dart targeting my opponent. And sacrifice Lava Dart, sacrificing Stomping Ground as a cost to Lava Dart targeting my opponent. So I can attack with Arclight Phoenix. This is not the fastest start. My opponent is definitely cooking something, but so far so good. My opponent has a Hallowed Fountain untapped. Okay, are we dead? My opponent will search for a creature card. Allosaurus Rider, yeah, this is Neoform. And let's see if we are dead. Surveil land, maybe we're not dead yet. Okay, my opponent doesn't want another tutor. Okay, maybe we are dead. My opponent plays a 4/4, exiling Altraxia and Eldritch Evolution. Oh, Birthing Ritual. Okay, we are not dead yet. My opponent will try to sacrifice Allosaurus Rider to find a Trax or Griselbrand or another fatty. They can choose a card that costs 8 mana exactly. 8 or less, of course. Okay. Oh, just that. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not sure if my opponent understood how this card works. This is just a 3/3. My opponent could sacrifice another creature to gain life and draw cards. So maybe it would be better to just keep the Allosaurus Rider in play. Now what? Let's Dredge 5. 2 Creeping Chills are amazing, and we'll have the win. Woohoo! We won against Neoform on turn 4, but it was a win. Now what? We don't have much against this deck. This is a Neoform with enchantments, which is different. It might be a consideration to include Nature's Claim. And Thought Seizes are obviously great, and that's it. I'll not include Axes, because if my opponent has an immediate way to sacrifice their own creatures, this will not be a good idea. Let's take 1 Bloodghast, 2 copies of One with Nothing, 1 Loam, to include 4 Thought Seizes. And if my opponent has Birthing Ritual, they might have more than just 2 or 3 copies, right? Maybe they have the full playset. But let's see this again. Let's submit with only 4 discard spells. This would be so good with lands. Let's mulligan. Okay, I'll keep it. Let's put 1 land back. Arid Misa probably. And let's see what my opponent has. They kept 7. Survey land on turn 1. They don't want their second land. We'll draw. Oh, we have our combo here. Okay, I was inclined to just go for a turn 1 Burning Inquiry, but since we have the combo, of course my opponent might have the combo on their own turn, but I think I will just wait. Let's play Blood Crypt tapped, because we are already unfavored to win this, right? But since now we have our combo, I wait until turn 2. Never in my life I thought that I would say something like that. I have a combo with nothing to try to win the game on turn 2. This is especially good because we have 2 Arclight Phoenixes. Okay, my opponent played Boseiju. Okay, they have the combo. 3/3 is in the house. And now they have Neoform. This probably is a Grizzle brand. Okay, we had a combo. We tried. My opponent was faster. They also had a combo on turn 2. Oh, Gauta instead. What else did you have in their hand? Altraxia. Okay, they will draw more cards. Let's see what my opponent has. So Eldritch Evolution, Neoform, Terastodon. That's spicy. Pact of Negation, other Neoform. So my opponent chose Misty, Neoform, Altraxia, and Consign. Oh, I misclicked here. So Misty, Neoform, Altraxia, and Consign. So this is a Neoform. And that's it. This is hard. I don't think we can win against Altraxia. But since we have the combo, I will just try for funsies, right? I think this is wise. Maybe if we block Altraxia with 3 Phoenixes. So yes, I would like to pay 2 life. And now I'll cast Burning Inquiry, holding priority. This is only turn 2. Let's see if we can accomplish that. So 1 with nothing in response to our own Burning Inquiry. Oh, I want to do that so bad. We discard our hand. We have 1 Dredger. And now we dredge 4. And unfortunately, that's it. Okay, let's concede. Yeah, it is harder to chain Dredgers. We had other Dredger as our next card. It is hard to chain Dredgers if you have only 11, right, in Modern. So I think I will not take Life from the Loam from our deck anymore. Let's keep it. And yeah, answers to enchantments are not that great. Of course, they might have their moments, but this is still a Neoform deck. So what? I think I'll take Conflagrate here. It could be a finisher on turn 3, but I prefer to keep my last Dredger. Let's submit. This is a tough matchup, guys. Okay, we have a Burning Inquiry here to mess with my opponent's hand, and that's it. I'll keep it. I'll keep it. To have more, enough lands here, I'll keep this. In my recent experience against this deck, sometimes they just fail. If we mess up with their hand, with Thoughtseize or maybe Burning Inquiry, sometimes they need to wait 2, 3, or 4 more turns until they find their combo. Of course, sometimes they just have it with enough pieces, even if you force them to discard a couple or 3. My opponent is having their first mulligan, and they kept 6. So I'll start with Commercial District. Thoughtseize is a great addition to our hand. Let's keep. So next turn, Thoughtseize and then Burning Inquiry. And from there, Life from the Loam and something like that. I'd like to cast Inquiry first and then Thoughtseize, but there is always a chance that we will discard this. So instead, let's play Blood Crypt, untapped. My opponent kept the card on top, so let's consider that when evaluating their hand. Oh, 2 Allosaurus Rider and 1 Pact of Negation. So they have riders. They have riders. I don't think I will take the Pact. Summoner's Pact is something that they will have to grab another rider, but they must exile 2 green cards from their hand to cast this. So the answer is any green card. I will just take 1 of their riders, and now I'll cast Burning Inquiry. Let's see what my opponent will discard. Okay, the Neoform was probably the card on top, Summoner's Pact, and the Pact of Negation. So my opponent has 1 Allosaurus Rider and 2 lands and 2 unknown cards. We have another Thoughtseize for next turn, and Loam. So life is slow, but good. Let's see what my opponent has. We have a Bloodghast. My opponent plays land and passes. And now we'll draw. Creeping Chill is awful. Let's play our land. Bloodghast triggers and enters. And now I'll cast Thoughtseize targeting my opponent. I believe it will resolve. Yeah. So my opponent has 2 lands, Rider. This can be a Rider, but then they don't have enough green cards to cast it. So they can search for something else here. They have the mana to do that. But I think it's an easier Rider still. Let's grab it. And now I'll just grab some lands and put my Dredger there. If we need to, next turn I can cast Arclight Phoenix from my hand. So let's grab Blood Crypt. We're down to 11, thanks to a couple of Thoughtseizes. And then Life from the Loam, grabbing 3 lands back. My opponents still are on 20 life. And we'll pass a turn. Let's see how much time do we have to try to end this. My opponent cracks the fetch land. What? This is not green mana. I think my opponents did a mistake there. They needed green mana and they grabbed Hallowed Fountain. They play Misty and passes, holding Consign to Memory and Eladamri's Call. We will dredge 3 here. Okay, we have another Bloodghast and we have Phoenix there. We don't have enough spells to grab that Phoenix back, but I think we can attack with our own Arclight Phoenix, and then next turn we can cast Creeping Chill. So let's play Stomping Ground, untapped. Ouch, down to 9. My opponent will consign that. That's okay. We are not in a hurry. And now I'll just cast Arclight Phoenix. We could play the fetch land instead just to avoid that, but it is not that bad to have that Bloodghast in our graveyard in exchange for a single card. Because next turn it will enter with haste if we had that next turn. So this Bloodghast wasn't that important. My opponent will cast that, so they have a Gemstone Mine and a non-card in their hand and an Endurance. All right, you can cast Endurance. Let's see if they will cast it immediately. They play Gemstone Mine. Okay, they have an Endurance. That's fine. That is something that we can probably win if we draw something good, which this isn't. Before deciding what to do here, because I can attack just to put my opponent down to 9, but I'll do that especially if I know that I have something good on top of my deck that I might maybe have on the next turn. So the Theater, Faithless Looting is exactly what we want for next turn, right? For the next turn. So now what? Attack, putting my opponent down to 9, then cast Creeping Chill, putting my opponent down to 6. My opponent will attack me with Endurance, and we will cast 3 spells on the next turn for sure. Looting, Loam. Yeah, I think that's wise. Let's attack and see how my opponent responds to that. They will block Phoenix, down to 9, and I'll cast Creeping Chill, and down to 6, and I'll pass a turn. Next turn I can have that Arclight Phoenix back. I'm not sure if my opponent can attack here. They will attack, alright, but we are winning this race. Maybe they have something else in their hand? Not yet. So we have a Faithless Looting here. Let's start casting it with this land. Okay, another Bloodghast is excellent. And I'll discard Loam. Do I discard Loam here? I think I am discarding Loam. And now we'll cast it again. Maybe it's better to play a land before. A fetch land this time. Yeah. Alright. Now I'll crack this for an untapped land down to 5. And I'll cast Faithless Looting again with Flashback. Paying 3 mana. This is turn 6. I have 6 lands in play. This is amazing. Dredge 3. And that's it. We have a Lava Dart. So let's discard 2 lands. And now that we have a Lava Dart, let's cast it, right? Let's cast Lava Dart here. And now my Phoenix will rise from the ashes. Oh, my opponent has a Consign to Memory there. That's okay, we have another Lava Dart coming. Let's attack first, right? Lava Dart was a great way to play around a second Consign to Memory. Down to 1. And now I'll sacrifice a mountain, targeting my opponent. Yep! We won! With 1 with nothing. This was our first win this evening. Let's go to our second match. I want to say thank you to all my patrons that you can see here on this page. Guys, you are awesome. And I can create content because of your continuous support. If you also want to help me as a content creator, please go there, check my Patron page. patreon.com/thedredgeguy. See you there. Round 2, we are paired against Akamani. And we are on the play. We have 1 with nothing. 2 lands, we have Dredgers. This is super slow, but we are on the play. We have a removal spell for a cat or something like that. I'll keep it. I don't think this hand is super good, but let's guarantee 2 lands plus enablers plus Dredgers, including Loam that we can cast from our hand. So this is slow, but it can get us where we want. My opponent is going to 6. Oh no, is this another combo deck? Oh, my glasses, where are they? Just a second. Yeah, the power of the glasses. So my opponent kept 6 cards, and I think I'll start with the Theater. Oh, a Dredger. Yeah, this deck's amazing. Now it's my opponent's turn. So since we already have a Dredger there, 1 with nothing is probably just a way to get rid of... Oh, okay, we have an answer for that. Great. So Dredge 5, Creeping Chill. We have 2 Dredgers there, so no rush. So this cannot be a commercial district because we already have 1 there. But this will be a tapped land. Let's not reveal Lava Dart yet. I'll just play Arid Missa and pass. Because this way I will see what my opponent will do. Okay, nothing else. Let's kill the Pride. My opponent had a mulligan to 6. What else they have? A Basic Plains and Voice of Victory. Okay, I don't want to cast any spells now. Let's grab Stomping Ground tapped. And now I'll Dredge 4. Another Chill is good. We have a Faithless Looting for next turn. This turn is a Life from the Lone turn. Let's grab some lands. I'll play... Now I can play Commercial District here. I don't think I want to cast 1 with nothing yet, just to put Synchro Imps there, because next turn we can get to 4 mana. So let's play Commercial District, tapped. We don't want this land. And now I can press F6. My opponent has a Basic Mountain, Goblin Bombardment. This is bad. My opponent will deal so much damage to us. I would like to kill this somehow, but we don't have enough tools to kill this. We would need 3 Lava Darts, and I'm not playing with Dark Blast in this build. I can cast a Synchro Imp from my hand, but my opponent will just kill it with the tokens. So okay, let's Dredge 3. Oh, Conflagrate is the great answer that we have here. So let's think here. We have a Bloodghast, Conflagrate, Lava Dart. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. 8, 9, 10. My opponent might have an answer to our Bloodghast, a removal spell. So I think we'll first... let's play Wooded Foothills. Bloodghast enters the battlefield. And I'll cast a Conflagrate just to kill this. 1, 2, 3. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 damage to my opponent, right? Let's discard our hand. I'll pay red and red, discarding 7 cards. And let's see if my opponent wants to sacrifice Voice of Victory to deal with Bloodghast. No! Oh, maybe they have nothing. Let's just attack here with Bloodghast. Okay, they will just kill it with Lightning Bolt. And let's keep Wooded Foothills without fetching, because next turn maybe we can hit another Bloodghast. My opponent has a Surveil Land, a Flage. Oh, and another Bombardment, that's okay. My opponent can cast this next turn, so let's try to win this turn, right? Shall we? Dredge 5. We have 1 Phoenix. We can cast 1 Looting. We have 1 Bloodghast. Let's cast Looting here. So Dredge 5. Creeping Chill is great. And now I have the win. Dredge 4. Another Chill. Amazing. Let's discard both Dredgers. And I'll just crack Wooded Foothills here for a tapped Stomping Ground. Bloodghast enters. Creeping Chill drains. My opponent is down to 1. And we'll attack with Bloodghast. And we won. And we still had 1 Lava Dart there. So let's go to our sideboard. Against Energy, we want Lightning Axe, of course. And I think that's it. So we can take 1 Bloodghast. 1 with nothing. I think I will side out at least a couple of 1 with nothing almost every time. Unless I don't want to sideboard at all, because this is a 1-mana spell, this is also a 1-mana spell, but this is just better against Energy. Let's take 3 copies of 1 with nothing and 1 Bloodghast, and that's it. We are on the draw now. Oh, our single copy of 1 with nothing is here. This hand is not the best, we need more lands. I think I will keep it, but this is not the best hand. We don't have removals, but we'll see 3 extra cards in our turn. My opponent has the Pride, unfortunately. Come on, deck. Bloodghast. Let's take 2 damage from Blood Crypt and cast Faithless Looting. Okay, we have a land, not the land we want. Yeah, this is going to be tough. Let's discard our best treasures here and pass the turn. We are already unfavored to win on the draw against this deck after sideboarding, but my opponent attacks, deals 1 damage, gains 1 life. Oh, now they have Ghost Beacon. Alright. They will not hit a card from our graveyard yet. Let's Dredge 4. We have a Lava Dart, which is amazing. We also have a Conflagrate, but we cannot cast it because we have a Surveil Land first. We could be absolutely bold here and cast 1 with nothing just to put our Bloodghasts there, but we don't have a fetch land. So I think I'll play the Theater first. Okay, another land is everything we want, everything we need, because I'll probably fire this Lava Dart on the Ocelot Pride. Let's pass the turn, see how my opponent wants to proceed. Now they are going after our Dredgers. I have a surprise for you, my friend. If you do that again, I have a surprise for you. Okay, my opponent is going after me. Do I want to do that now? Because next turn, I will have a Conflagrate. I think I'll wait. Let's be bold. Let's be bold. My opponent will gain 1 extra cat. They have Arid Mesa. Okay, they will have some action. Basic Plains. Another fetch land being cracked. Secret Foundry untapped. Oh, just a Pyromancer. That's fine. Let's see what they will discard. This is a true token strategy. Okay, discarded Flage and a removal spell. So they have more tokens. And now they are going after our Dredger. Great. I thought that they might do that. So I'll cast 1 with nothing here. And now I will sacrifice 1 of my lands to get rid of this Pride. If I don't do that now, it will be hard to take so many damage from so many creatures. We have a land on top. Arid Mesa. 2 Bloodghasts entering the battlefield. Yes, for both of them. And now I'll just pass the turn, right? My opponent might cast Flage here. Arena of Glory, Flage with haste. Oh, so painful. Yeah, this was a great start for my opponent. I'm barely at turn 4, but I don't think I can do better than that. My opponent had exactly enough cards to reanimate Flage with haste. They attack with everyone. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, this is lethal. Let's concede here. Oof. Now, being on the play, will I change anything? My opponent has Ghost Vacuums, but am I playing around that being on the play? I don't think so. I will trust on my own strategy here being on the play. Unless my opponent has multiple Graveyard Hate cards, a single Ghost Vacuum, even if my opponent deploys it on turn 1, usually we can handle that. It is not easy, but we have a chance. We are on the play. This is a good hand. No Dredgers yet, but we have a fetch land. This is a good hand. I think I will start with Stomping Ground here and Faithless Looting. We already want to discard Arclight Phoenix. We only need 1 card, one extra card to discard. Oh, we couldn't hit another card. That's fine. Let's discard Phoenix and Burning Inquiry, and we'll pass a turn. We'll try again next turn. Our dredgers are close. Oh, my opponent has Surgical. Okay, so no Phoenix for us. No more Phoenixes. Yeah, my opponent has Ghost Vacuum, Surgical Extraction. This is hard. We need to win with Bloodghasts, Conflagrate, Lava Dart, and Creeping Chills. We don't have any. Can we pull this off? From nothing. Now is my opponent's turn. Let's see if they have something else besides Surgical. My opponent plays Flooded Strand, cracks it. They know about our Lightning Axe in our hand. And they have a Ghost Vacuum as well. Okay. And now we have a Thug. I think we will only play Bloodstained Mire here and pass. And then, next turn with 3 lands, we can try to play around Ghost Vacuum. Okay, you can exile my Faithless Looting. I don't care that much. Now my opponent plays another land, cracks it. I will fire this Lightning Axe at anything that moves. Okay, just a Goblin Bombardment. My opponent is playing slow, as they should. It would be amazing to surveil a Dredger to our graveyard here. So let's grab Black Mana and Bloodghast. Will my opponent exile this? Oh, they will. Okay, now we have something that we can do here. Lava Dart, all right. Let's cast Faithless Looting first. More lands, Holy Lands. Let's discard Golgari Thug and a land. I'll play a land, and I'll cast the Burning Inquiry. Dredge 4, and Dredge 5. Okay, my opponent had a Thraben Charm, all right. And 3 lands. And 2 lands, I mean. The first Creeping Chill, my opponent is down to 9. We need 3 more Creeping Chills to win this, but my opponent has this Ghost Vacuum active the whole time. We have a Lava Dart in our hand. Let's pass the turn. My opponent might have creatures now. Another land. Ajani is fine. We have an answer to Ajani. Not the best answer. I would like to keep my lands, but we have an answer. Oh, my opponent will not do it immediately. That's good. What do they fear? They fear that we have exactly Lava Dart in our hand. If this is their fear, they are right. Yeah, my opponent is not doing. Okay. Now not crack my fetch land because we can have some Bloodghasts. So let's dredge. Unfortunately, 3, right? 3 is the answer here. Let's dredge 3. We need more lands. Okay, we have 2 Lava Darts. That's good. So I think I'll cast Loam first, targeting Blood Crypt, Commercial District, and fetch land. So let's cast Loam here. Okay. Now I need to play a fetch land, right? So let's play it. Bloodghast trigger. Okay, my opponent will not be caught by our small trick. Now I'll cast Lava Dart. Let's think how my opponent would deal with this thing. If I cast a Lava Dart targeting the Cat Warrior token, my opponent will kill Bloodghast, of course, and then Ajani flips with 3 loyalty, and we can kill Ajani with Bloodghast, but I want to go after my opponent here. If I cast 2 Lava Darts targeting Ajani, my opponent might try to flip Ajani at instant speed. It is hard. It is hard. Because of Goblin Bombardment, this is super hard. Okay, let's attack. I don't want to lose all my lands just to try this and still lose to some trick that my opponent might have. Okay, they'll just kill the Cat Warrior token like they could do at any moment. That's fine. Okay, and now in response to Ajani's trigger, I will kill it. First with this Lava Dart, sacrificing the Theater. And second, let's crack Aridimisa here. And let's see how my opponent responds. Okay, they will try to get Bloodghast. Let's crack Aridimisa. And it doesn't matter here, one of each, I think. 1 Blood Crypt. Let's say untapped here. Bloodghast enters the battlefield, but before that, I'll cast Lava Darts from my hand, targeting Ajani. So Ajani cannot kill Bloodghast. Okay, my opponent sacrifices Ajani to deal 1 damage to me. That's doable. Now we still have a Bloodghast. My opponent's Ghost Vacuum did nothing this turn. My opponent has no creatures, but it's still on 9 life. Let's grab a Stomping Ground. Tapped. I have 2 Lava Darts that I can fire at any moment, so my opponent is virtually on 7 or 6 if we consider Flooded Strand. But at some point they will have more creatures, right? So let's not celebrate. My opponent is down to 8. Surveilling. They don't want the basic planes. Understandable. Okay, they will just hit my Bloodghast, unfortunately. And that's fine. We cannot grab it back again. There's a limit to what I can do with my lands. My opponent will exile immediately. They play Sacred Foundry untapped. Whoa. Seasoned Pyromancer. They will draw 2 cards. All right. How many Creeping Chills we still have? We have 3 Creeping Chills. So let's try to hit at least 2. Dredge 5. 1 is here. We have 2 Lava Darts. Now we'll cast Faithless Looting for 3 mana. We'll dredge 4 and dredge another dart. Oh, have the win in so many ways. We won, guys. Yep. Even after a Surgical Extraction on our Arclight Phoenix. Let's go to round 3. Third round, we are paired against LDA 95, and we won the die roll. This hand, unfortunately, is a mulligan. 2 chills, not good. Oh, no lands. My opponent kept 7, let's go to 5. Okay, in Burning Inquiry we trust. Let's put chill and 1 dart back. Let's start with the Surveil land, but keeping Lava Dart open if we feel we need it. My opponent draws Eldrazi. Don't like that. Let's see if we can mess up with their hand. We'll crack our fetch land for we don't have land, so I think Commercial District, in case we find a Life from the Loam. Life from the Loam is here, but we need land, so let's have a natural draw. We draw the land we need. All right. Now life is beautiful, right? I could even cast a Lava Dart here, trying to hit several Phoenixes on turn 2, but this is so hard to pull off. Okay, let's cast Burning Inquiry first, because we might see some Bloodghasts. Dredge 3, and nothing else. My opponent had a Talisman and a Kozilek's Command and a World Breaker. Those are good cards. Yeah, and we still have a Lava Dart in our hand, and plus a Creeping Chill, unfortunately. Let's pass a turn. We have a Bloodghast there. Considering that, and my opponent might have another Kozilek's Command, let's grab a land now. The Theater. So Bloodghast enters. Yep. And we'll Surveil Phoenix to our graveyard. So next turn, Life from the Loam, Lava Dart, we can get Phoenix back. My opponent put an Emrakul behind Yugi's Labyrinth, so they might have another Kozilek's Command. Let's dredge 5 here. Okay, another Bloodghast. Oh, I forgot about the long road. I'm distracted, guys, I'm sorry. So let's attack, right? If my opponent is holding Kozilek's Command, it is over. But if they needed the Talisman to have green mana, we might have a shot here. Yeah? Okay, now they have green mana. They have 5 mana to work with. The Sowing Michael Spawn and the Bojuka Bog that we expect. Yeah, but this would be hard anyways. My opponents still have 5 cards in their hand. And yeah, I'll concede here, guys. This is not going anywhere. Let's sideboard. Eldrazi is a difficult matchup because my opponent will probably have some graveyard hate in artifacts. So Nature's Claim or maybe only Ancient Grudge are good. We don't want to include too many answers because my opponent has a redundant deck. They have so much mana, so many creatures. As always, I'll take at least 1 copy of this card. I still want to pull this off and win the same game, not a game that we are losing like we did on round 1. So 1 Bloodghast probably, maybe 2, 1 with nothing, and 2 Bloodghast to include 4 answers to artifacts. Let's try like that. We won the die roll. This is similar to the previous hand. I'll keep it. Let's put some pressure on my opponent's decisions. They are mulliganing to 6. Alright, we play Wooded Foothills and pass the turn. Opponent also has a Wooded Foothills. This is good. This doesn't represent Kozilek's Command for x equals to 2 on turn 2. Now I will grab a Commercial District, and we have a Phoenix. Let's put it into our graveyard, and now we draw another one. So I'll play a land, and I'll cast Burning Inquiry. My opponent has a Kozilek's Return, which is still good, and a Ugin and another Forest. We have Dredgers. Sorry. And we have more lands for the next turns. So we'll pass a turn. We could draw here an answer to artifacts, in case my opponent has a Soulless Jailer or something. So Commercial District for my opponent. We had the same start with the same cards. My opponent doesn't want Utopia Sprawl. They play Ghost Quarter. Oh, we don't have basic mountains here. So Talisman and Ancient Stirrings. My opponent wants mana now, Eldrazi Temple. This is our window, but we don't have any enabler here. We need to hit something. Let's grab another Surveil land. The Theater. We don't want Scalding Tarn. Dredge 4. We have a Lava Dart, but nothing else. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I think I will just play Stomping Ground here and cast Stinkweed Imp. And this is something that the blue version is better to deal with situations like this because of Otherworldly Gaze. For example, you see that we have a 1 with nothing there. It does nothing from the graveyard. But if we had an Otherworldly Gaze, we could try to cast Otherworldly Gaze and hit something, at least for the next turn. Or a good draw for the same turn if we cast Otherworldly Gaze in our up. Okay, my opponent has another Michael Spawn. They have a Bojuka Bog. And it's fine, we don't have much there. We have 1 Arclight Phoenix. But what we need are enablers. This will force us to draw. Let's see what we have. Another land. Okay, let's play it. Untapped. Ouch. And I will cast Arclight Phoenix from my hand. And I'll attack it. Attack my opponent only with the Phoenix. And I'm passing the turn. It seems even, but my opponent will probably have some expensive good cards like Ugin or some large Eldrazi. Kozilek's Return from hand. Alright. That means now we have a Dredger in our graveyard. I'm not sure this was a great play unless my opponent has something else to exile our dredgers. Oh, it seems they have something. Yeah, because Lex command. So now we have another natural draw, and it's another land. This is so frustrating. I think it is what it is. Let's see if my opponent can win the game or not. We have lands. We definitely have lands. Another land for my opponent. Sanctum of Ugin. Okay, now they have... Okay, we can concede here. We will not win after that. GG's! It is a hard matchup. Let's go to round 4. Round 4, we are paired against Altraxia. So we have a bad hand. Only looting here. Let's mulligan. This is also not good. This has a surveil land. We have good dredgers. We have darts. I'll keep it just because we are on the play. And we might have the time to find what we need. We have access to 2 surveil lands here. And we have low on turn 2. So I'll start with Commercial District. Burning Inquiry is excellent. Let's keep it. My opponent draws. Basic Mounting. Alright. Let's go off to the races. We cannot or we don't want to kill that now. So I'll just cast a Loam here. And next turn I'll have something more to do. Blood Crypt, untapped, and Loam just to put a dredger in our graveyard. I know it's slow, but it will give us more chances to win the game next turn. Or on turn 4. My opponent has a 1-2, but they will... Well, let's keep some positive mind here. If my opponent has a Burning Inquiry, we might win the game. They have Arena of Glory. Oh, they are exerting that. So, alright. My opponent is being super aggressive. Super aggressive. Okay. Now they have 1 less mana to work with next turn. We can kill this card here. My opponent doesn't have any Street Wraiths, I believe. So, Dredge, 3. 2 chills, no other dredgers. So, I think I will just cast it again. But this is so slow. I want to kill that before it gets huge. Okay, let's do something that I usually don't do, which is casting Burning Inquiry without putting dredgers there. I'll first cast in this targeting Mako, tapping Blood Crypt. Now I'll play a land, and I'll cast Burning Inquiry here, and I'll mess up with my opponent's hand as well. Okay, they have Vengevine. Oh, their Burning Inquiry now is in the graveyard. Now we have our dredger there. That's good. Let's always yield to this. And now I don't need to do anything yet. Let's pass a turn. My opponent discarded 1 land. They have a surveil land. They don't want Hollow One. Oh, I think they don't have other cards like Burning Inquiry. So far, so good. But they will have more mana next turn. Let's crack Bloodstained Mire for the Theater. We have another land. We don't want that. Let's put that into our graveyard. And now we will just dredge 5. We have a looting there. Let's cast it. I think it's better than the other roads because we don't have our Phoenixes yet. Dredge and nothing else, but we have another Bloodghast. Let's discard Bloodghast, Stinkwood Imp, and I'll play Bloodstained Mire. Both Bloodghasts are coming back. And again, I think I'll just pass a turn. What a weird game. Nothing is working, but my opponent is also not doing a great job. Not a good look for both of us. Let's see who can win this. Okay, Goblin Lore. That's a good start for my opponent. Now they have 2 Vengevines there, but they are not casting creatures, so unless they have 2 Hollow Ones, they discarded Detective's Phoenix, they can cast it if they want to. Another Arena of Glory. This is not even legendary. Okay, Hollow One, part 1. Oh, my opponent will exert something. Yeah. So Blazing Root Walla has haste. It's a 1-1 with haste. My opponent will put me down to 8, 16, 17, which is exactly lethal. And now Hollow One has haste. Yeah. Yeah. For a moment, it seemed that my opponent had nothing, but they managed to draw Goblin Lore. Goblin Lore is good. I used Goblin Lore in this same archetype, Phoenix Dredge, and it felt amazing. But now we are trying 1 with nothing. Against this deck, they might have something against our graveyard, but I'm inclined to not do anything here. Maybe just 3 copies of Nature's Claim, or maybe the Grudges instead, or maybe 2 and 2, because of Hollow Ones and some other stuff that they might have. Bloodghast cannot block, so let's take all of them, I believe, and that's it. Let's try to win without Bloodghast. We have 1 Burning Inquiry and nothing else after that. 1 Creeping Tree in our hand. Okay, I'll try to go deeper, guys. Let's mulligan. Okay, this is so much better. We have the full combo. We might even win the game on turn 3 with Sorcery, instant. We need 1 more Dredger just to be sure. So let's skip it. I'll put 1 land back. Blood Crypt. Yeah. And I'll start with Bloodstained Mire. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have Thoughtseize. It seems like this is a mono-red build, right? So I might be okay here. Wooded Foothills and nothing. We like nothing. So let's grab our first surveil land, the Theater. I don't want a second copy of this. And now we'll draw another Burning Inquiry. Considering that we have multiple sorceries, it is probably good to resolve this Faithless Looting first. Okay, let's discard Sync with Imp and Creeping Chill. And now I'll cast Burning Inquiry. If somehow we still keep those 2 cards after discarding 3, we'll have some great stuff to do next turn. So Dredge 5, Dredge 3, and Dredge 5. We'll have 2 Phoenixes there. Oh, my opponent discarded Faithless Looting and Vengevine. Creeping Chill for me and Rootwalla for my opponent. Now it's weird. We kept one with nothing in our hand, which is our worst card. We have 2 Phoenixes. Am I going for it? I think this is probably one of our best chances, so let's go for it. I will keep Stomping Ground. Let's kill Rootwalla. And I will have 2 Phoenixes. Clock, 3 turns. 2 now. Let's see how my opponent can respond to that. Down to 10, surveying. And we have Lava Dart, so we might even win faster than that if my opponent fetches a Shockland or something. This was a turn 2 for us, guys. I was thinking about a great turn 3 with this card, but in the end, it was better to just go for a turn 2 with Faithless Looting plus Burning Inquiry. Okay, my opponent has that. This was a slow start for my opponent. Yeah, they are conceding. Oof. Okay, we won. 1 game. I don't think I want anything different. Let's just submit the deck back. Oh, this would be so good with a land. Opponent is going to 6. I need to go to 6 as well. Just Burning Inquiry. This is a bad mulligan to 5, right? Because we don't want Creeping Chills in our starting hand. So I'm going to 5. My opponent is considering their hand. We'll have a mulligan. My opponent kept 6. Okay, this is better. Let's keep it. We have even a Nature's Claim here. But I don't think we can keep it. Let's see. Land, Enablers, Dredger. From here, what else? We don't need one with nothing with this hand. We don't have a second land yet to combo. And we can probably find Phoenix, right? And keep Nature's Claim in case my opponent has a fast start with HollowVine. So let's keep that. Oh, my opponent has Leyline of the Void. That's a great thing to keep Nature's Claim. So let's see what my opponent has. Not a Burning Inquiry, please. I want to keep my Nature's Claim. Okay, just an Adept. We will find another land. Another land is good. Let's pass a turn. My opponent will think they are winning. Let's see how they will play considering that. Just a looting. Looting is okay. Okay, my opponent discarded Rootwalla and Detective's Phoenix. Rootwalla enters the battlefield. Another land for my opponent. And HollowVine. Okay, but I have only 1 removal, so HollowVine will stay there. Let's grab green mana here. Stomping Ground. Untapped, unfortunately. And I will give 4 life to my opponent. My opponent is almost Hellbent, so unfortunately they can enchant something with this now that they can collect evidence 6. Oh, they need 1 extra card to collect evidence. So, okay, we'll draw. Another Dredger is excellent. Let's cast Faithless Looting here. Only lands, alright. We'll discard those. We play Blood Crypt. Untapped, we are down to 12. We desperately need some Creeping Chills here. Burning Inquiry, hopefully will not help our opponent too much. They will have the Phoenix back next turn. So we must hit something really good here. Dredge 5, and Dredge 4. We couldn't hit a single synergy piece. And my opponent might have the win here. They have a Vengevine there. Oh, if they want to cast this, they need to exile Vengevine. At least now. Okay, next turn we'll have a Conflagrate to kill some creatures if we have the chance. Yeah, my opponent has something, right? Tap in Arena of Glory with Exert. Just a Malco. Okay, Street Wraith. That explains. So they decided to not cast this, to bestow this. Oh, now they will do. Alright. They had another land. My opponent had everything. Maybe we even helped them a little bit with Burning Inquiry. Oh no? What happened here? My opponent forgot about that. They could collect evidence 6. Yeah, I think my opponent forgot about this card. But I don't think we can win from here, right? So let's Dredge 5. We have Lava Darts, 2 Lava Darts. We cannot crack our fetch land. We can cast Conflagrate for 2 and sacrifice 2 mountains for Lava Dart. So we can destroy my opponent's small creatures to have 2 Phoenixes back and somehow we are still alive? Is that correct? So, and then as soon as we find a Creeping Chill, I can crack these Wooded Foothills. Yeah, so I'll cast Conflagrate targeting Mako. Oh no, I need to deal 3, right? Yeah, no, because this has 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I need to discard 3 cards, unfortunately. So let's cast Conflagrate, dealing 2 damage here and 1 damage here, paying 2 red mana, discarding 3 cards. And now I'll cast Lava Dart here, sacrificing my mountain. And now here, sacrificing my other mountain. And we are not dead, but we are not winning. Okay, my opponent has the Adept, it has Menace, and now they saw. Okay, we lost. This could be better for us if my opponent had a slightly slower start than that. Let's go to our final match. Final round, we are paired against WingsofSera, and this is not exactly the best hand, but I think I'll keep it. We are on the draw, I mean, and I think I'll keep it because, okay, my opponent is playing combo. Because as soon as we find a Dredger, this hand can be really good against creature decks. We have Phoenix, we have Bloodghast, and we draw Creeping Chill. So I'll play Stomping Ground. Yeah, I'll play Stomping Ground, untapped, and cast Faithless Looting. We have one with nothing and Bloodghast. Let's discard both Bloodghasts here and pass a turn. At least we can pressure our opponent a little bit, but they kept 7 cards, so they probably have the tools they need. Okay, tapped land is good. We had another Bloodghast. So one thing I can do here is discarding my whole hand to one with nothing. But I don't want to discard my whole hand because of Conflagrate. I don't have Loam yet. So what? I can cast Conflagrate to 0 just to put this into our graveyard. And then next turn cast one with nothing, Conflagrate, maybe something else. Or just looting probably. Yeah, let's grab a Surveil land here. Bloodstained Mire, Bloodghast entering the battlefield. Yes. And I'll just cast Conflagrate for no value. Would you like to counter that opponent? I don't think so. And we pass the turn. My opponent draws a card. Lotus Bloom now has only 1 counter. Okay, my opponent pay life to have 3 mana available, for probably for a Flare of Denial or something. So let's crack this for a Surveil land. The Theater. We don't want Arid Mesa. Okay, now we have a Dredger. If we cast this and this, we cannot cast 3 cards, 3 spells here, I mean. We can grab another Bloodghast. So let's attack first. I believe my opponent will counter anything that I can do here. So because of that, I will just cast a Conflagrate targeting them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Let's cast Conflagrate, tapping those lands. My opponent might counter that, of course. And now I'll play Blood Crypt tapped. And next turn we'll have 6 damage coming from Bloodghast without dredging. But my opponent should have the win here if they kept a good hand. Okay, it's their turn. Lotus Bloom will finally enter the battlefield. They have 6 mana to work with. 7 mana, 5 life. They have Tameshi, so they have infinite mana here. And they will draw some cards, returning some lands to their hand. Not really infinite mana, but all the mana they need. Yeah, my opponent's trying to combo, but we didn't see the payoff yet. They tap the land. Okay, 8 mana, 11 mana. My opponent drew 5 cards. 4 cards. 4 extra cards. Wheel of Invention, X equals to 4. Goblin Charbelcher. Let's see my opponent's deck. They had exactly the mana they needed to combo here. So it seems like a regular Goblin Charbelcher deck. So let's sideboard. We have answers to artifacts. We have 7 answers to artifacts, and we have 4 copies of Thoughtseize. So 11 cards. Conflagrate is probably not needed. We can take 1 Bloodghast. We can take all of our copies of one with nothing, unfortunately. We need to take 5 more cards from our decks. So 1 Loam, another Bloodghast, 1 Chill, unfortunately, maybe another Loam, and another Ghast. And that's right, I'm including 11 cards against Charbelcher because we can do that. As long as we can prolong the game a little bit, my opponent will have counter spells, will have a fast combo. We need answers. And this hand is awful. Let's mulligan. Okay, this is good. Let's keep. I'll put 1 land back. My opponent has 7 cards in their hand. Let's crack Wooded Foothills for a Stomping Ground. Untapped. And we'll cast Faithless Looting. My opponent is considering countering that. Okay. So we'll discard a Thug and another land. And we'll pass a turn. Next turn we'll try to Wolf, and on turn 3, Looting and Burning Inquiry. Lotus Bloom for my opponent, again on a hand of 7. And a land, tapped. Alright, we will dredge 4. Lava Dart is there. That means that on next turn we can grab Phoenix back. But I will not discard Collector Wolf. There is no doubt from me. I definitely want Collector Wolf this turn. So let's cast it, before my opponent can counter that. Unless they have Subtlety, which I doubt. Oh, they have Disruption Show. Alright. So my opponent did counter my Collector Wolf. And the clock is ticking. Land. Tapped. Now we'll dredge 5. We can still win this. We just don't have our answer anymore. Draining 3 is good. Faithless Looting to start. We have only 1 dredger now. Dredge 4. We drew Bloodghast. Let's discard 2 dredgers and hope that Bloodghast comes back to our graveyard in case we find our life from below. Burning Inquiry. My opponent would like to counter that, but they can't. So dredge 5. Dredge 4, We have Ancient Grudge there, Dredge 5. Okay, we're draining 3 more. My opponent discarded Harbinger, Weir of Invention, and another land. We have Grudge there, so that means Lava Dart will sacrifice Blood Crypt as a cost. And now we have some Phoenixes entering the battlefield. This is turn 3. Let's see if we can win the game in 2 turns. My opponent is down to 7. Lotus Bloom, -1 counter. Tapped land for my opponent. Yeah, we have to win the game this turn. So we still have 1 Creeping Chill, right? 22 cards. Yeah, considering that we don't have any Bloodghast there, it's better to just try to hit my opponent here. So I will take this opportunity to cast Lava Dart now. Okay, it resolved. We'll Dredge 5. And now I'll attack for lethal. Let's see if my opponent can bounce one of my Phoenixes. They are coming for you. Okay, my opponent has an answer. Okay, they had this instant here. So my opponents take only 2 damage. They're down to 4. And now, are they winning this? Oh no. Are they winning this? Now they have Lotus Bloom. Oh, down to 1. And they have it. Oh no. Okay, but that was fun. That was fun, guys. So we won our first 2 rounds. Let's talk a little bit about our deck. First things first. So guys, I tried. 1 with nothing, unfortunately, is not good enough to handle any situation considering the cards that we have available in our pool in Modern. But let's consider that Lion's Eye Diamond at some point in history was also a card that didn't have a place. And then somehow, at some point, the rules have changed, other cards were printed, and then Lion's Eye Diamond started to be an amazing piece in combo decks. So this is not Lion's Eye Diamond, of course, because it will not give you any mana. But this combined to a powerful spell like Burning Inquiry could have a place in Modern if we have some other tools to make this work as a combo deck. Unfortunately, today, I would say that this is still not good enough. Because we have other cards that do exactly this job, like Cathartic Reunion, that discard and draw for just 2 mana. So to include this to maximize the strength of this card, which is costing a single mana at instant speed, I tried to combo with the sorcery like Burning Inquiry. If we had Breakthrough in Modern, if we had Golgari Grave Troll in Modern, maybe this could be a different story. But today, I would say that this is a nope, nope, nope. This card will not see play. But of course, you already knew that, right? This was a fun experiment. Of course, we won our first 2 rounds. But this was never a card that we were happy to have in our graveyard or in our hand. Besides that, I still think Arclight Phoenix is a great inclusion in a dredge build like this one. I'd like to play a Junt build instead of a 4-color build with Otherworldly Gaze. But something tells me that Otherworldly Gaze and maybe 1 or 2 copies of Cephalic Coliseum are still good enough to be included in this deck. Stay tuned for more Phoenix Dredge really soon. And click the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you are new to this channel. See you soon. Bye.